Hey!
Hey! You ready to do this?
I am.
Yeah.
Thought we were going to dress up.
Yeah, we said that. You know, you look like you know how like every baby picture when they put on the bow tie on the baby, you look like that, except you look like the baby did that and then went to the Zoltar machine in Big, made a little wish and said, "I want to be big." And then he woke up the next day and then that baby is you. So you're ready to do this?
Yeah. 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 So the idea of this podcast that I had and I brought as Matt was to bridge that gap between actual friends in meat space and the way that you know people in the 21st century, which is primarily through Facebook or Instagram or Vines.
Right. And the most important thing to remember is this thing here, it's not real. And all it's serving as is a barrier to actual interaction.
And that's what makes it so weird living in the 21st century is that, like, I know all these people who I probably wouldn't know anything about. I know who they married, what kind of, like, politics they're into, all of these little weird snippets, like what movies you like, where you ate lunch the other day, you know, what your kids look like, how many kids you have. But we don't really know those people, and we want to see.
We know a lot
exactly
about your babies.
Yeah, there's a lot of babies on Facebook.
More than we care to see, because we didn't click friend to be friends with your baby. But somehow,
this is what Facebook has become.
And we see all of these people on Facebook that we both knew, but we don't really know them at all. And we haven't, in many cases, spoken to them. I haven't spoken a word to some of these people in more than 20 years.
And yet they're on our Facebook for a reason, and that is we do like them. But and we've somehow become complacent like the rest of the world, and we've been kind of cool with just tapping a like button or making our little comments here and there and assuming that that means we're still friends.
So what we're looking at is how do we do this seemingly impossible thing in the internet age, and that is actually know your friends anymore.
Basically, what we're going to do to try to remedy the situation is we're going to pick a mutual friend on Facebook. And we are going to follow their digital breadcrumbs that they have left through posts and pics.
And we are going to have more than a 140-character conversation.
There you go. That's the idea.
So what makes us qualified to do something like this, Gregory?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Matt and I have...
Thanks, I didn't write it.
Yeah, Matt and I have been friends for more than 20 years, since middle school.
Pre-internet.
Pre-internet, pre-cell phone. And we've done something incredible over the last 20 years, Matt.
Something that might seem foreign to a millennial.
So for 20 years, Matt and I have been calling each other on the phone, visiting each other during vacations.
We were in each other's weddings. But other than that, we were in different states.
1,000 miles apart.
Most of our adult lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I live in Northern Virginia. Matt lives in Orlando. We both generally still understand who each other were in meat space and in real life.
Conversations are what make people friends.
Absolutely.
Interaction.
Yeah, and a lot of these people that we're going to interview, it's going to be really fascinating to kind of get a deeper look at that, a real conversation rather than just like the snippets of our lives that we put on Facebook.
And so it'd be interesting to find out maybe why they like something instead of just that they hit a button.
How they got so fat.
I'm hoping that you ask someone that question. Yeah. I won't, but I think you should.
For me, it's pretty straightforward. It's booze and peanut butter. So, you know. All right, so without further ado, let's get to this. The first person we're going to interview is our good friend, Lucas Berns.
Yeah. Awesome.
Now, Luke is a fascinating guy. This is going to be a lot of fun. He is, in a very good way, in the best possible way, he is the weirdest person that I've ever met.
He is, in the best possible way, an idiot savant. I think it's
This
possible.
is gold.
He is really a very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
But he has worked his persona in such a perfect way that you can never know at any moment if he is being serious or if he is totally screwing with you.
I really want to get down to, is Luke with everyone or not? Because even in person,
if you can find the answer to that, we will have truly done something important.
Yeah,
we can answer that question. We could possibly answer any question.
Yes, the world will be truly in our debt. So without further ado, please, Lucas Berns. Hey, hey, Luke.
Hello, Luke.
I have to say that beard is 100% Viking quality. I'm not ashamed of my beard, but I'm jealous of yours. Holy crap!
Don't let it bother you.
It doesn't bother me. It's more like,
let it.
Wow, you know.
So I don't know if you guys want to get into like kazoos this early in the interview, but the other day we had
there's no doubt about it. Go.
But I figured. So the other day for Banned Books Week, I work in a library, and everybody that went to it got a kazoo to Band Songfest, and we all played Irene Goodnight on kazoos.
I'm trying to picture how that would sound like. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
It's premium stuff here, you guys.
All right. Well, the way we have this set up is I don't know what Greg's going to ask you. He doesn't know what I'm going to ask you. And then we'll just ask you stuff based on basically all that we can know about you, which is Facebook crap, right? That's all we can know about each other in this day and age.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to ask you about things we've noticed on your Facebook post pics and then try to get to know you better as a human again.
I only know me from Facebook too, so
that's
I thought that was all it is anymore.
That's why we're doing this, Luke, because it appears to us that that's all it is anymore, and that can't be. All right, Greg, you want to ask the first?
Matt and I spent separately hours poring over your Facebook posts, but we sometimes wonder whether you're kidding or not. I will say this, like, looking at your Facebook posts, sometimes I'm like, he might just be joking, or
your whole life is set it up where no one can ever know at any one moment if you are screwing with you or if you're totally being serious or you're just joking. Nobody knows.
Or,
and I like that.
And sometimes it's clear. I'll give you an example.
I'm totally seriously screwing with you.
Right. So
Well,
exactly.
Explain. Is that what's happening?
So here's one, Matt, if you can put this up. It says, if you like cheese and crackers, you might like Petridge Farms Goldfish Baked Cracker Snacks.
Right. So are you actually crazy? Or are you being funny? Or are you? What's happening? Explain stuff.
I can easily explain this. So this is probably around somewhere around like August 6th. Do you have that information?
It's August 6th, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so
so you actually have crazy ability to remember days. Good.
No, because August 13th is our 10-year anniversary.
Okay.
You ready for this trip?
This is the inner workings of your mind. Let's go.
Yeah. Emmeline we used to buy like Pepperidge Farm goldfish in Albuquerque, and then we just eat them really fast. But just dangerously fast, and we're like, never again.
Dangerously fast.
Yeah. I wish I had a second throat. So when I was at the store, I bought like 6 different types of goldfish to bring on our trip, and we probably ate in a night. So I was like, man, these are good. So I made that Facebook post.
That's awesome. All right, so here's an example where I'm less sure that you're kidding or what, but January 5th.
This year?
Yeah.
All right.
2 quick questions for your Monday morning. Why are we here on Earth? What are dreams?
Yeah.
I know I answered one of Luke's dream questions. I don't know if it was that post. He's asked questions about dreams before.
Oh, man. Dreams
They
are the
fascinate
worst.
you. What about dreams fascinate you?
Oh, okay. So vegetarian because of dreams.
Well, explain that.
Oh, man.
See, that's what I mean. You're a vegetarian because of dreams.
Yeah. So, like, I had these crazy dreams where I was, like, eating ham. Like, but I in my dream, I was supposed to be a vegetarian, and I ate this ham, and I, like, there was sitting on an island, like, not an you know, like a kitchen island.
Not an island of ham, which sounds like paradise, by the way.
It doesn't exist. Trust me.
He's looked.
So I'm eating some ham, and then I realized like I wasn't supposed to eat the ham, and then I like tried to like pull it out of my throat, and like you know, it got pretty gross. And I had that dream, and then I had some similar dreams about maybe turkey or something, and I was like, I'm not gonna eat meat, and I never had those dreams again.
So how long ago was this then?
I was 19. So
you've been a vegetarian since you were 19 because of dreams.
Yeah.
What do you think? So what do you think dreams are? What's your opinion? I'm sure you've read books and thought about it. What the heck are dreams?
There's no, I don't know. What is one dream versus another?
I don't know. Dreams have meaning.
Oh,
Is it just like so? The kind of
like subconscious
positivists among us would say it's your synapses reordering.
Right? Is there a point to it?
Are they completely devoid of meaning or not? I'm on the fence about this my own self, so I'm curious to it.
I think so. Sometimes it's your like subconscious trying to tell you something.
Right. I think if a dream, like I had a dream, I was like 14 or 15, and it was about a girl in a bathtub, and no one would help her.
We don't want to hear about this kind
of dream. There was a woman in a bath, nothing sexual. She was in a bath, and the water kept rising and rising, and I kept being more and more afraid for her, but no one helped her. She never asked for help, and then she drowns, and then I woke up crying, which I cried. So to me, it made a whole analogy to God, and even inspired a poem I wrote. Now, what that might mean to someone else would be totally different.
So you never took a bath?
If I were you, I would have just stopped eating meat.
Yeah. Right. You would have stopped eating. You take the idea that dreams telling you what not to do, and mine would have been never take a bath with a woman.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, but to me, it meant something, and it connected it to God that no one else would have. But my subconscious was, I think, telling me something.
Dreams are just, I think if you're thinking about something a lot, then they can manifest in your dreams. Otherwise, it could just be like you said, synapses reordering themselves or whatever. But then, But
why do I always, I'm talking at least once a week, have a dream where I have to go to the bathroom, but every toilet is one of those open toilets where people would be seeing me, and I'm trying to find the bathroom. I mean, I'm telling you, I have this dream way too much.
See, what I have is that I'm trying to find a bathroom. I find one. I go pee, and I'm peeing, and there's just no relief. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's a weird dream, but like the dream.
So I don't know what that means, but one time in my dream, I had to go to the bathroom really bad, like poop. So I went and I got near a toilet and I pooped.
Near.
But I didn't actually sit down and poop. I just sort of like pooped. And it was a baby.
It was what? A baby.
Yeah, baby. Later in the dream, I bonded with this baby, and it grew. It started to grow rapidly, and I was like, "This is mine. I love this. I love this child." It didn't grow to adulthood, but it was
the poop baby grew into a child you loved.
Yes.
That leads me to my next question.
That means you need to have kids, I guess.
How come you haven't had children? Is this a touchy subject or?
No.
Why you have lots of dogs? You got a cat. Why not kids at this point?
I think my dreams were telling me that kids are kind of shitty. That's not why. No.
So, is there a reason why you've decided not to have children? You're of an age that
we haven't really made that decision. We kind of bounce back and forth.
Okay.
It's a lot of responsibility. I don't know if you know this. It's a lot of responsibility. Kids are expensive, so what's my next job to pay for the baby? I don't know.
So now's the time in the interview where we completely interrupt Luke, and Greg and I go off and have a conversation about a controversial subject.
Ooh, I don't like this.
So what we mean by gay cakes is that you can make cakes now with all the marzipan kind of stuff in a lot of really elaborate kind of forms. And so there are some people who are making cakes that are like a cock entering. Oh no, that's not it.
What we're talking about. Not even close.
Well, what's a gay cake then?
We're talking about someone saying they're not going to make a cake for a gay wedding.
Ah, yes. What do you think, man?
Well, to me, there is one innocent victim in all this, and that is
Luke
the
Berns.
cake. No, the cake. And so, on behalf of the cake, I wrote in the cake's words a response to the cake man. Are you ready?
I am.
There we go. A cake is neither gay nor straight. A cake just wants to be ate. So please keep me out of your lame debate. Back to Luke.
Okay, speaking of cakes and weddings, do you remember my wedding?
You were wasted at my wedding. Do you remember at the end of my wedding? You were like pulling the bar with you.
I remember you like they were shutting the bar down, and you ran up to the bar.
Holding on to the bar.
And then we went back to my house. Not you, Matt, but
no, I had sex. It was my wedding.
All right, so I want to shift to something else, which is that one of my favorite Facebook posts of yours is you holding up one of your 3 dogs, and you say, "This is my dog and me. I'm the one in the red shirt."
This is our puppy. We got him a few months ago.
Now, here's the question I have for you: do you make your dogs talk? Do your dogs have a voice? Do they speak to you?
Yeah, they all kind of have the same voice.
What's the dog voice? But our dog is obsessed with the '90s, and she's always like saying like, "Hey, Dad, like let me eat how much for the baby."
Something's wrong with Greg.
If I ever quote a Mike Myers movie, she'll be like, "Oh, sick, rough, Dad."
Unbelievable. You're just showing a need for psychiatry.
But I thought that would be something that, like, of all people, Luke would be also likely to do.
I probably do, but I don't remember it. It's like, we just kind of like do what they're saying. You know, like we just say what they're thinking because we're intuitive. And then there's like human interaction that kind of that gets in the way of all the important things.
All right, well, I have another question then.
Yeah.
Musically, you've always been, I've considered you don't have to say it, kind of a genius. You pick things up. I remember I wanted to learn guitar at the same time you did. And guess what? I still don't know how to freaking play the guitar. But you picked it up in like one day. And so the last time I hung out with you, you were in punk bands and doing really bad ska bands with Greg.
Okay.
But now you're in just some very interesting electronic. I heard some of it. I listened to a whole 45-minute thing you did a couple years ago. The entire thing. It was all sounds of some sort. But explain why.
It was all sounds.
Well, a lot of the music that you'll listen to is sound-based.
No. These aren't normal rhythms and sounds from normal instruments. And so what is it?
Yeah, see, now I have to get back to when we were probably both learning guitar years and years ago. You said you wanted to master feedback.
That sounds like something weird, I would say.
But I think people do that regularly. So basically, I mastered feedback. I wanted to do like layers of distorted synth sounds. So I did that. I had like 15 minutes of, we'll just say it's just kind of cacophony of found sound sometimes. If I go to the thrift store and find it like a tape that's been recorded by somebody else, sometimes that goes in. You throw it in. I'll take these off. So we had, all those things going on. It's just very loud. Basically, I mastered feedback.
Well, then my final follow-up to, at least as far as music stuff to me. I mean, you've been into music forever and all these different styles, and now you've gone into even things that most people would never go into. What does music like mean to you? Like, why is it important to you?
Yeah, no, I have no idea. It's kind of a guttural thing. It's like it's like a response to, like you said, you pick up guitar in a day or something. But like if you see an instrument, like so one time I was at a party, and the party was hosted by a woman who plays the harp, and she had her harp sitting there because it couldn't go in any other room. But there was a party, and people were drinking and having a good time. So I kept just wanting to play this harp, and she's like, "Nobody plays my harp." So I was like, can I just like look at it for a while? And I tried to figure out what it was about the harp that was so intriguing. It's not the shape. It's like, I don't know. I just wanted to play that harp.
So I have a follow-up question along those lines then, which is that, and I ask this because I kind of feel this way sometimes, because I feel very much like you do about music, and I'm a market analyst. Do you ever regret that you didn't sort of pursue a musical career, or do you like the balance of being a librarian and doing music for a fun thing and not having to rely on that for your income?
Yes. I have no regrets as far as like, I mean, right now I'm part-time at a library. I work at a chocolate shop. It's kind of silly, but
it fits you so well. I had no idea you work at a chocolate shop. That's awesome.
It makes sense. And like I walked in one day and I was buying chocolate, and the lady was like, "Yeah, we need part-time help." So the next day,
you look like a chocolatier.
No, I just look like a sucker. They're like, "Yeah, you work for us now. Like, whenever you can, you."
I just wanted chocolate. Now I have to work.
Now I have a job. No, we got Emily a new car, and it was like, we need more money, so I got a job. That's what you do. But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't want to depend. Like, I don't want to tour. Like, if I get invited to play somewhere, I like to play in Dubuque if I can. They invited me to play.
Who wouldn't want to play in Dubuque if you can?
Well, I played it. They invited me to play at an art opening.
Well, so I have a follow-up question along those lines then, which is that, because I would say, Matt, wouldn't you agree, maybe in the neighborhood of 2/3 of your Facebook posts are electronic shapes?
Yeah.
You do lots of patterns, and there's kaleidoscopes. I mean, what is it about patterns and kaleidoscopes that has you fascinated?
Well,
people don't just go do patterns, make patterns all day.
I went to school for photography, but then for the last year of school, I didn't take pictures. I just made negatives out of different things, and I started making different patterns, and it was satisfying. But it's sort of like the tape thing. It's like I got an idea, and then I just kind of follow it to see where it goes. What ends up happening is like there's with the artwork there is you get kind of an optical illusion with the shapes, and that's op art. I like the kind of unnatural colors and juxtapositions you can get.
So it's supposed to be jarring, essentially.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you could go in as far as, let's see. Yeah, jarring is a good word. Yeah, you want people to approach it, kind of lose themselves in it, and then move on with their lives.
See, that's where you could really just do a word pastiche of postmodernism and be like, I'm going to utilize moments of colors to jar people out of their late capitalism-induced catatonic states.
Yeah,
they're sheep living lives.
It's artwork to kind of like de-zombify people for a moment. Yeah. No, but what if a non-zombie approaches it? What are they supposed
if somebody who's already awake sees this art, it takes them to another dimension.
Or it may bring him back into a sheepish...
That's right.
Yeah. I don't want that to happen.
I have another question then.
Yeah.
This goes kind of with what we were talking about before. When you asked him about music and why he hasn't chosen to do that as a career, well, you did choose library mostly. Didn't you? You got a degree in that, right?
Yes.
You didn't just... What is it about that
working
makes out of all the careers in the world?
Yeah, it's sort of like an implied handshake. We're in this together. Let's
find that book.
Either find that. Let's solve a problem. I need something. You may have it. Here we go.
So you're a problem solver.
Oh,
you're like a fixer, like the wolf from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of my hero.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Yeah, that is why. I can't believe I never made the connection.
That's why you became a librarian. I bet you get things at the library because you work there for free.
I bet, yeah.
My son Aaron goes to the library every week, gets like 9 books. He's a big reader.
Make him like it even more. No,
like this. Like it.
Yeah, you watch another DVD now.
Luke, we've known each other since I was in 2nd grade. You were in 3rd grade. And what I like about you so much is that you're curious. We're all curious, but you actually do something about it and try to learn something. And I think that's cool. Oh, I think it's
I do something about it, but if I end up learning,
good quality, and I like it about it.
Luke, it was truly fantastic hearing from you in person. I have to say, this is the first one we've done, and there really is something that, like, you just seeing each other and having the natural flow of conversation is just so different than, like, I understand you so much better.
What we're doing now is actually weird, and there's no way this should be weird.
Mm-hmm.
But so this technology isn't bad. We're not saying
great.
it. But it's not being used for this. Not often. I don't think.
I Skype all the time with my friends.
Well, you sound like the kind of guy who would.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we should do this again, regardless of
recording it doesn't have to happen next time. But we should record everything for posterity. Just not actually show it to the world.
But it's going to be great, because, like, we really only want to probably do, like, 20 minutes, because, like, nobody can pay attention anymore.
Right. I left 20 minutes ago.
That's it. So join us again, maybe a month, and we'll be interviewing another one of our mutual friends on the Face to Face to Face webcast.
All right, good.
Thank you all.
Good to see you, Luke.
Good to see you, Luke.
Nice to see you guys. Thanks for chatting.
All right, dudes.
All right.
Okay.
Later on.